Let's get started using Photoshop. The first thing you're going to do is open Photoshop by going to the Start menu in the bottom left corner. You can start typing in photo until you see Adobe Photoshop and then open it. This particular screencast is going to show you how to use the green screen and replace everything that's green with a new background. So before you get started, you need to have saved a green screen picture that you want to use, as well as a replacement background picture. So it could be a picture of you or of a friend or of an object that you're going to place somewhere else. The picture that you want to place it into could be something that you find off of the internet. It doesn't have to be one of your own photos, but it could also be one of the photos that you took. Make sure everything you use is saved in your H drive and your Photos folder. So when Photoshop first opens, you just have a black screen, and this is not your work area yet. You need to start a work area by going to File and New, and name it Green Screen Photo. And we want to make sure it's in inches, and 7 by 5 would be fine. We shouldn't, I'm going to change the background. Here the background is white, and I like to have, I clicked the wrong thing, I like to click on the arrow and choose transparent, so you have basically a clear background to work with. And then I'm going to click OK. And now it opens up my workspace. One thing you want to know about Photoshop is that you're working in layers. Over here on the right side, you can see that we just have one layer right now, and we're going to end up with other layers, and that's how we can do special collages and effects using Photoshop. So the first thing we're going to do is bring in the green screen picture. We're going to go to File and Place Embedded. And then you're going to search for your picture in your H drive. So Computer, H drive, and look for your Steam folder that you should have made, and your Photos. And now find the green screen picture that you want to use for this project and click Place. You need to click Enter on your keyboard to set it into place. So now it's a part of our image. It's on the background, and remember we're using layers. So what we want to do is choose these little lines over here on the right and duplicate layer. Click OK. So now we're actually going to be working with a layer on top of the background. The next thing you're going to do is add a mask, and I've already done that, but I did that by clicking on the rectangle with a little circle in it at the bottom, and it adds this mask right here. So you just click on it and you'll see the mask pop up. And now we want to go to Select Color Range, and we're going to just select the green, and then we'll be able to get rid of it. So I'm going to move the fuzziness up a little bit, and what we're going for is when I click on the green, I want to get rid of as much of the green as I can, and keep the picture of myself dark. So I can add a plus dropper because there's some shadows because of the little folds and things in here, and I can select more area to continue getting rid of the green. And now you can see it's selecting some of me, so I can change the fuzziness. You don't want it to show any of the details of you or whatever your subject is. It should be completely black. And you can continue selecting areas and playing around with it. You want to try and get rid of as much gray as you can on the outside while keeping as much of you as possible. Once you think it looks good, you just click Invert and OK. And now when we come back, if we select the eye next to the bottom layer, the original layer, it will make it disappear, and you can see that we actually don't have any background for me yet. So that's going to be our next step, is bringing in the new background. So I'm going to click down here at the bottom where it looks like a little page and create new layer to make a layer for our new background. I'm going to go to File, Place Embedded, and now I'm going to search for my new background. And click Place, and you can change the size a little if you need to. And then click Enter to put it into place. And now you can see, we can't see me, that's because this layer's in front of me. So I need to just drag it underneath, and now it shows me in a new background. I want to change myself a little bit, and I want to change the size that I am in this picture. I want to be smaller and see the bear in the background, and so I want to move myself over a little bit. So I'm going to go to Control T, and it allows me to transform this layer. And now I should be able to move myself. And maybe I'll just keep the same size, but you can see now it looks like I have a bear in the background that I'm not aware of. So that's pretty much all you need to do. You can add more layers if you wanted. I could get a picture of a water bottle and add it on another layer, or I could put another person in my picture. But the basics are getting rid of the green and adding a new layer for your background. And now, of course, you want to File and Save As, and you want to apply what you've done. And this should always go in your H drive and into your Steam folder and Photos, and click Save. And we'll click OK here. The next thing that you can do is actually go to File and Export, and we can export it as a different type of file, so it doesn't have to open in Photoshop. It will be one picture. So we'll go ahead and do a quick export as PNG, and it should have put that in our same folder with our other pictures. So now you can close your file.